AFC.
What's the oldest in the NFC?
Lambeau
Field. Hey guys, go F yourselves, Kansas City. You guys suck.
Wow.
F the Chiefs. Get them out of here. We're tired of it. I'd rather have the Patriots be good again. The Chiefs. You're going down. The Nerd Chat
is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello. Daddy D. Wally here, and welcome to The Nerd Chat, a Steam podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. Get on in here to the what was the name of the show? The Steam
Room. Shirts optional.
Steam Room, yeah.
Shirts optional. That's what it is. Shout out to Todd Oxer. We're going to be starting that show.
Just kidding. Okay.
We're starting that show off real quick. Guys, Black Ops 6 campaign, 10 out of 10. Holy shit. We're going to talk about that later. What a game. Well, I can't believe it took me this long to play.
Entire year.
Bubble Boy, can you mute that Hellspawn in the background for me? I appreciate it.
I might have to log out and log back in fact.
There's a mute button right at the bottom of the screen. You just click it when you need to mute yourself.
He's out.
All right. See you later, Bubble Boy. Shout out to the chat, by the way. I want to say shout out to Kevin Ainsworth. Kevin, Sam hates Xbox, right, Kevin? He says he doesn't, but he really does, right, Sam? I mean, Kevin, Sam hates Xbox. I just want to clarify that. Can you write that in the chat for me? Joining me, as always, is Ark or COD. Decisions. Welcome to the show, Chipotle Bear. How are you?
I'm not going to lie, man. It was a very long day at work. We're dealing with a crisis at work, but getting through it. And honestly, like, I really thought about maybe not coming tonight, but I enjoy this, and this is good for me and mental health. So I'm happy to be here, man. Also been working on a review this week that we launched late last night for Urban Jungle. So very proud of that. We'll talk more about that when we get to what we've been playing. But other than that, happy to be here, guys. Happy Thursday. Happy to Thursday, everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here.
And you got your gear on, Bacon? Let's go,
Actually,
Broncos!
I'm watching a Jazz game right now, so I got my Jazz gear on.
The Broncos are 8-2. We're coming for you, Kansas City. What do we say to Kansas City, Bacon? Jose.
Oh.
Fuck Kansas City. Get him out of here. You're going down. I hate him. Big game, Bacon. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, gentlemen. I spent the entire day Tuesday filming and editing videos. I should have my review up for the new controller. Hopefully Monday, and then a game I just rolled credits on last night. I should have that review up and going as well, hopefully the same day. But I'm ready to talk some video games because this has been a jam-packed week of news.
So is this the new hotness that you're using, Bacon? This new PS5?
Literally the best controller ever
reflex
made right here.
Get it out of here!
This is the best controller ever made.
Well, actually, this is the hotness right here. The Scuff
How's that app on that? Because I know that app's not even live.
It's great. I've been using it. No, I've been using it. I've been using it. I've already adjusted dead zones. It's been great. No, zero issues with the app.
I had to add dead zones.
Wireless updates, wireless adjustments. I have it in the Xbox mode. You probably can't see it, but there's a switch, and yeah, it works great. The share button everything's seamless.
This is way too reactive. I had to add dead zones to this controller.
Yeah.
It's just in Battlefield, I make one small move and I'm panning across the screen.
It's the TMR thumbsticks. I agree. I had to up the dead zones a little bit. And he put his damn kids to bed. Welcome back to the show, Bubble Boy and 7. Time to figure out if the donks are. Wait, Bacon. What did we say to Kansas City, Jose?
Ready, Jose?
What did we say to Kansas City? Fuck Kansas City. Get him out of here, Kansas City.
Yeah, it's the amount of anger that you all are showing towards this, and the game hasn't even happened yet, just shows me how scared you really are about
not
what's
scared.
gonna
No,
happen
this is
on
the first
Sunday.
time we know we've got a team that can actually compete defensively.
Which makes you scared. I get
And
it.
yes.
Every other time you played, there
we
was
need to
no
win.
reason to be scared.
Yes.
It was
If we
like,
win, the division will be ours. The Chiefs will be almost out of the playoff hunt. The Ravens are coming for you. The Jags are choking it up. But if one of those teams
Bills
can get it
suck.
together, get them out. If the Chiefs being out of the playoffs would be the greatest news to come. America would be healing if that happens. Okay, so we can only pray that the Chiefs get knocked out. So, guys, let's jump into gaming news for the week. Oh, that means they're going to lose. For the week, Jose. Oh, guys, it's finally happening. News story number one. Everybody knows. Everybody's heard about it. Steam is coming for consoles. Xbox dead, Jose.
No.
I don't know what that is.
Scary.
that
Nope. Xbox dead,
scary.
Jose. Just announced one day ago. Announcing the new Steam hardware from Valve. A brand new, absolutely heinous Steam controller. The Steam machine coming for your living room consoles. And probably the most promising device for me personally that looks the coolest. The Steam Frame VR headset are coming in 2026. Just like Steam Deck, all three devices are optimized for Steam and designed for players to get even more out of their Steam library. The Muffin Mon says, all hail the Gabe Cube. All right, guys, this is it. This is the end of Xbox. As usual, another week, another, just horrible news for the industry, for the Xbox fans. I mean, this is it. This is
Sweet.
did you see have we talked about specs on this thing yet? Because
well, we're going to get to it in a second. In
We'll
one
get to that.
second.
Hang on.
I just initial thoughts from everybody when you saw this this announcement. I'll save my thoughts because Luke likes to tell me I just talk too much and interrupt people. So I'm not going to say a word this whole episode. Sorry, Diego. No rants from me. Jose, go ahead. Take it away.
So to be fair, when I saw it, I didn't necessarily have a ton of thoughts offhand, except that I started watching some videos last night. The one that really did it for me was the Dave 2D one. Dave 2D is a YouTuber, a tech YouTuber I follow. I followed him for a long time. And I think he's honestly pretty fair about tech. Now, granted, like you guys know, I'm an Apple fanboy. He's pretty harsh on Apple and stuff like that sometimes. But again, he's usually fair about most things. And he got to go and test everything. And so he did a video where he talked on all four of the pieces. And I'm not going to lie, they sound pretty cool. Like a couple of questions I have is, Bacon, even though I'm a PC gamer, right? You guys know that I'm still new, right? Bacon is my sage. So typically when there's things I don't know, he's my first go-to. And I didn't text him last night because he and I were both editing videos. But I do want to talk about the architecture of the actual box because I think that's important. But a couple things I thought were standout. I do think the AR goggles look super cool, not because I'm so into AR and VR yet, but I do love that they can also be used to just play any game you have on like a large screen. And like I think about that with the Ally X, right? Being able to just like pop those on and be like 100-inch screen is a cool thing for me. Again, price depending, of course. I do think the controller is hideous. Like straight up, I do not like the controller. However,
Absolutely hideous
Nope.
in every way. Oh, the touchpad is going to be great for
Control-
navigating
controller
Windows.
is the coolest part of this.
Are you
whole thing,
serious,
bro.
Nissa?
He's
No, that wasn't
He's
Nissa. That was Gentle Stone. Navigating Windows? That's what we're looking
No.
forward to now these days. Is
Gentle
navigating
Stone's
Windows
kidding.
with my touchpad. Get
He's
the
kidding, right?
Oh!
No, the
here's
controller is the coolest part of this whole
The
announcement.
controller might be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If you want a mouse, use a mouse.
Exactly.
You
Like,
want a
but what if
controller?
I want to play a RTS on the couch with my touchpad?
no, you're fine. You're fine. So here,
Use a mouse and keyboard, you jabronis.
I mean, look, I only game on my PC at my desk. I don't have it connected to my TV. But here's what I would say. I was very against it at first, just because of pure like visible design. I will say that like Alan in our chat and other people, like There's some compelling pieces if it's comfortable for me. What really got me interested was that Dave 2D, they were talking to him about price, and I guess the original Steam controller that came out a couple of years ago was
Yeah, he said like
$50.
$70. I'm
He
like,
said
you're an
60
idiot.
to 70
He's an
for
idiot.
this one.
No,
Well,
no.
But that's my question to you
You
guys.
couldn't
If-
pay $60.
Okay. I mean, Bacon, if it was 60, 70, I would
It's
honestly
not.
be compelled to try it.
Just
for
give
the
me at least
record.
80.
You can
that
count it on
could
record.
minimize a window easier. Or easier.
No.
It's not even
You're
hard
not.
now.
You are looking at only the touchpads. You are not paying attention to everything else that's in that.
I don't
wait,
need to.
wait.
Those touchpads jump off the screen and say, look at me,
Nope.
look at me.
You guys are missing all the tech that's in that controller. You think
No,
the
it
dual
doesn't
sense has
matter.
that?
Bacon,
Okay.
what is the difference? I've never once heard you say, "Oh, I love navigating and typing in controls on my touchpad on my DualSense. I can't
Gentlemen,
wait to use
It has
them."
gyro.
Just
it
because
has
Steam does it, it's
haptics,
better.
Oh,
It has TMR sticks. It has sensors in the.
This
in
has
the
TMR
grips.
sticks.
It has sensors in the grips. Dude, gentlemen, the tech that's in this Steam controller is legit.
then
I
why?
agree
Y'all
with
are
Bacon.
just
I'm with
looking
Bacon
at
on
nothing.
Okay, so imagine
You are looking
this.
at nothing but
you-
aesthetics.
Do you like the
And you're missing the.
Cybertruck?
Thank you, Muffin Man.
I
Thank
hate the
God.
Cybertruck. It's the ugliest
Okay.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, what if the Cybertruck
What about the tech in
was
that,
the most
Bacon?
capable
My BMW has
machine
more tech than
automobile?
that Cybertruck.
I can't
to
afford a
me.
Cybertruck. I can afford this.
Listen to me, gentlemen. What if it was the pièce de résistance when it came
Haptics.
to everything
DualSense
inside a car?
exists.
If it was the greatest inside of a car and everything other than the looks, would you be interested in a Cybertruck?
If it wasn't made by Elon Musk, I would buy a
It had the greatest
No.
interior.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
No,
You
I
would
wouldn't.
be
I
okay
wouldn't buy
driving
it.
that thing.
No,
No, you.
I-
nobody would. Just
I
like
drive
nobody's.
electrics. I prefer the
I
technology.
know. This thing,
Windows
is,
Media Remote.
this thing is disgusting. There's
It's-
nothing else unless it's literally printing money to put back into my account. I will not be using it.
only thing-
Somebody clip Bubble Boy spitting
only
fire
thing-
on the Steam
The
controller.
only thing I hate about that controller is the symmetrical thumbsticks. I hate that they're PlayStation.
and the fact that it's bigger than a the Duke.
Nope.
It's bigger than an Xbox.
move on.
Duke,
That's what
bro.
Dreadman
Let's
was
go
saying.
back
He was
to that.
like, yeah.
rest of your thoughts, Chapeau.
So, last couple of thoughts about it. So,
This is
if it comes in at that price, I will probably pick one up to test. I'm not saying I'm going to love it. I'm not going to say I'm going to keep it, but I also think it's worth noting, and this is important from the bigger spec. I thought it was actually cool that it didn't include the controller. Now, some people are going to say like that's cheaping out. I get the argument, but I like the idea that they out the box were like, we don't really care what controller you use.
And
if you
that's
want to
what-
use
Because
ours,
they're like, we know these people don't want it.
and that's what Muffin Man said. Thank God you just use your
Yeah.
existing controllers. Yeah.
yeah, but you're right, Chance. But I'm saying, but the reality is like, look, when you buy an Xbox, you expect the controller, and you also can't out of the box use a PlayStation controller on an Xbox if that's the function that you really like.
But you can on PC.
You can on PC, but again, when you think about where they're aiming this whole ecosystem, right? They're looking for people that are generally console gamers that might want to get into the PC space. It was too rich in their blood to buy the Xbox Ally, but they see the appeal of games and maybe play everywhere. And so they get this and they say, look, what if I don't have a controller that works for this? They say, no problem. We have one you can buy, or you can pick any one that you want, right?
Like on
And
PC.
that's great for us because of like how all the reviews that we do, right? They might pick up the one that Bacon's going to talk about in his latest one. So I overall thought it was a very cool showing for Steam. I'm excited to see what's going to come out of this. I still have questions. And the biggest one is the price, right? Like that's the thing that
For the
ultimately is going to
Steam
play.
machine.
Because
the
here's
Steam
the thing.
machine.
When I
Joe,
6
go to
months
hell.
ago, 6 months ago, when I told everyone I pre-ordered this, and they were like $1,000, that's insane. I'm not saying this is reasonable. I understand that, but what I'm saying is like, if this thing comes in at $1,000, is that reasonable? Right?
No.
Because I don't know. I mean, like I know
That's
some
hardware,
people
it's
are wishing it's going to be 600-700. I don't think it's going to be that cheap. I think it's going to be closer to 1,000.
Yeah, it's
but
gonna be
that's
8
just me.
at least.
So-
8.
Okay.
Wait. By the way, for real though, guys, if you want the new hotness in Xbox form, scuff Valor Pro. Everybody, this is $189. You cannot beat what you get. TMR sticks, better haptics, amazing triggers and bump. These improved bumpers. Bacon is a fool. He doesn't know what he's missing with the Valor Pro.
I had the Valor Pro. I had it for a week and returned it.
No, you don't have the Valor Pro wireless. It's better.
I did have the Valor Pro wireless for a week and I returned it.
I was asking
That's how I got this
Dreadman
keyboard.
today if he had looked at all the specs and everything, and he hadn't. And so we were looking at them together for the first time. 8 gigs of VRAM And you think they're going to charge $800?
It's 8 gigs of VRAM, but it is a dedicated.
And you think they're going to charge $800?
It's a dedicated GPU, not an SoC, so it's not a shared memory.
Did you watch? Were you just watching the Linus video, just like me, Bacon? Because that's what I was just watching. He was commenting on it.
Linus,
7600 XT power.
Yes. It's
that
not going to be $800.
Cannot. It can't.
Right. It won't be.
And so, and I was like,
$600
okay,
box.
so that's exactly what Dave said.
Okay.
And I was like, so
$600 box.
who's this for then? And he said, honestly, Chance, maybe me. He's like, I appreciate the idea.
Sorry, Bubble Boy. Gentlestone predicts $749 for the 512 gigabyte GameCube. How much is a 2 terabyte? 900.
He was like, I
Don't-
appreciate.
if you're doing that, people, don't buy the 2 terabyte. Buy the
Just
512
build a PC.
and put your own in. Put your own.
He was like, I appreciate the idea
Laptop
of
parts.
what consoles can bring. And he was like, because he's at a point now where he's ready to start upgrading too. And he's like, I might, if I got, for example, a 5090, this might be a great side purchase for when I want to play on the couch and I want to play my backlog games. This is perfect for me, as opposed to a PS6, as opposed to whatever the next Xbox is. That's Jose. I said that too. I know. But he was like, but that thing costs $1,000. This thing's going to cost $600. And I was like, well, maybe.
You sure about that?
Well,
600 without the controller. This is
he
just
said,
the box, guys.
if it costs anything more than 600, ain't no way in hell I'm buying it.
Yeah,
And I
so
was
that's
like,
what the Muffin Man is predicting: 500 for the 512, 700 for the 2 terabyte. And I said,
fair.
Kevin, you crazy. Moore's Law is Dead is predicting 450, 600. Okay, so right there.
Yep.
This is Nissa just said, why would I get this when I have a handheld? Nissa, this is for you. This would be perfect for you, Nissa, because actually you don't. Well, you play your Steam games.
Yeah,
on your,
she plays a lot of
LA.
Steam.
This would be a route for you to play it
Yeah.
instead of using your Xbox, and that's where I want to come in right here, guys. Again, Xbox is gently handing you off to your PS6 or this. If you want nothing to
Why
do
wouldn't I buy
with
a dock
PlayStation,
for my ally?
just go buy this device for your home console needs. They're
wouldn't I
making it
buy
as
the
easy
Xbox?
as possible for you to use this because Xbox is saying we're getting out of hardware,
They're
guys.
not.
It's
They're clearly making hardware, Dan.
the only
God.
thing we have
Xbox
not
has
addressed this.
nothing to do with this Steam product we just announced, bro.
But I know they don't. But
Okay.
they would much rather you just buy their games on Steam,
Steam
than having to
wins.
keep making hardware and
Steam
selling.
wins the
Nobody's
console war.
buying their games through the Xbox PC app. Let's be real.
I do.
My biggest concern with this device, and we were talking about this in the chat, they need to figure out this anti-cheat stuff. Because if you can't play Fortnite on this, or other stores, or if you can't play Battlefield on this, or Call of Duty now with the secure boot that uses the stupid anti-cheat, this thing will piss off a lot of people not having that integrator. That's the one flaw I see in this device.
Flaw number 2: if you're like me and have tiny thumbs, will you be able to reach those thumbsticks
Oh
that are
my
4.5
God.
feet inside?
That's a good point. He's right.
How will I play
Look,
with my elbows now?
No one has
Will it
touched this
be-
controller. Like I'm fine
It's
with
right
that.
here, you guys. It's the same thing, only there's these giant touchpads. This moved from up here. Guys, let me show you what they did to design the Steam controller. They literally said, hey, let's split this touchpad on the DualSense in half.
The worst
Let's
feature of the...
Let's move these, make these buttons a little smaller, move them up, move the D-pad up, and then move the thumbsticks right here. Let's take this split in half DualSense D-pad and put it down here for some stupid reason. Let's call it ABXY because we can't do the sacred symbols. And then we're gonna change these to R1, R2, and then we're get it out of here.
Sounds
Go
like
ahead.
Bacon would
Go
like
ahead,
to
Bacon.
apologize for the...
I have not given my initial thoughts on
Let's
this
hear it,
product
Bacon.
yet.
I want to hear it.
So first thought was freaking amazing. I love the form factor. I love the fact that it's customizable.
Whoa. Jose,
love
I got to interrupt him
the
right
form
now.
factor of the
Bacon, why do you
controller?
love this device's aesthetics and you didn't love the Series X? And everyone was trashing the
I
Xbox
love the Series
design
X.
first.
I never said I didn't like the Series X. I
Can
hate
we
the
all agree?
PlayStation.
Can we all agree?
PlayStation is the single ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Bacon, can we all agree though?
Huh.
The circle jerk and praise for the design of this thing. like they just made this amazing design on this cube compared to the Xbox Series X, which is literally the same design, only cut in half. Remember how we were talking about this, trash the Xbox design for being too boring, but when Steam does it, the internet loves it. I'm just pointing it out. Hypocrisy.
It's fair.
Hypocrisy.
I always loved the Xbox design. I've never, I would hide my PS5 if it was in my house. I would build a special cabinet to hide the PS5 behind it, and no one would
just
know
like
I
that,
had one.
that short that Nissa sent us.
So,
of that guy doing it.
anyways, my initial thought that it's the size. I love everything about it. I love the fact they're going to release a CAD file so guys can 3D print the faceplates, whatever they want. I love the fact that they are releasing all the parts to iFixit. So it's going to be repairable. They're going to have guides out. It's going to be fixable. The
expandable hard drive is dope too.
The M.2 having the micro SD that goes from your Steam Deck into that is freaking awesome. You can also use external hard drives, USB-C storage. That's going to be pretty fast. I absolutely love this. And the thing is we all now realize that Steam puts out a console and everybody puts their game on it, and they're not on the hook for development costs. They're not on the hook for anything. So Steam literally just won.
Fortnite's not on it.
Steam literally just won the console war, and they put hardly any effort into it because everyone else is jumping to put their games on it.
That's a giant assumption right there.
It's not a giant assumption. All the games are already there.
This thing we don't know the price. We don't know.
Right.
We literally just talked about it. It can't run Fortnite. And for a majority of people, that's going to be a big deal. It doesn't have college football on it. I don't see college football on it. Every game's multiplayer doesn't run on it. They have some roadblocks. I don't want to proclaim them king just yet.
For my initial impressions, are I think the controller's lit. I think that
God.
VR goggles are absolutely awesome, and I most likely will buy those.
Sure.
And what else? The controller, the goggles.
Are you trolling us? You're trolling us.
No, I'm not.
You can't not be trolling us.
Microsoft Taxi got that
controller
right.
Is the dumbest looking thing I've ever
seen. The faceplates are right. They're so much better. We're releasing the CAD files. You can design your own cool faceplates because we're Steam and everybody loves us.
Now, when I sit back and I look at the reason why I had my Steam Deck, I played with it for a month and then I flipped it for a profit, was the fact that I could not play all my games on the Steam Deck. I could not
just
play
like you can't do that now.
Right. I could not play my native Game Pass games. I had to stream them through their app. I could not play the Epic Game Store. Not all games are supported on Linux and Proton. So they have a hill to climb in that aspect. That if they can, in fact, and that's going to be on these other storefronts to allow Proton or make their games playable on Proton.
Compatible.
If they can do that. I mean, the PC wakes up from the controller like a console.
You can do that on a PC. You can do that on a PC. Yes, you can. There are ways. Yes, you can.
There are ways, Dan. It's not just pushing a button. Okay.
True.
They are aiming for the console crowd. They're if these developers are smart, they'll put high, medium, low settings and take a lot of these options off the table for people who are going to be stuck in. Oh, do I want VRS? Oh, do I want Bloom or all these options that we all know what they mean? If they do it like a console and just do high, medium, low, make it easy for these people. Right. So that's my thoughts on it.
Joe at the PS Trophy Room says this is not going to be a multiplayer box. That's for sure. Anyone who thinks that is living in Delulu land.
Dedicated antennas for Bluetooth. Dedicated antennas for Wi-Fi.
And I saw that video.
It's all dedicated.
Linus was like, "Oh, I mean, if you ever have played on controller through Bluetooth, it kind of sucks." I've literally played on Bluetooth with all of my controllers. I don't have these issues that everyone's complaining about. You must have a cheap motherboard. I'm just going to say it. That's what I'm going to say to that. And thank you. And then what do you think of this comment by Diego? Says, Xbox should just do a collab with Steam and make the Xbox Steam box. What do you think about that? Does that make sense to nobody?
I mean, that makes it easier. I would still wait for the Xbox, the next gen Xbox come out. I won't buy the Steam box. But as cool as I think it is,
that's what I was just going to ask. So, chat, I want you to get in on this too. Give me a one.
Give him a price point.
Let's assume it's $600. Okay, and let's assume the next Xbox is 900. Okay, in the chat right now, give me a 1 if you're buying the Steam machine in that scenario, or a 2 if you're buying the next Xbox. Give me a 1 or a 2. Chat, let's see it. Jose, let's bring up the poll. Do you have a poll function? Just kidding. You don't need to do that.
StreamYard
But having said this whole discussion on this, cool hardware. We're all excited. Who here is buying the Steam machine between us four? Raise your hand. That's a nobody. Who here is buying the new controller and was going to use it
Nissa
dominantly?
Maybe.
We got
I will
1.5.
never
Who in here is
use
buying the
this
Steam Frame VR? Raise your hand.
Depends on the price.
So literally
It does
out of
depend on the
all those, maybe Bacon is buying 2 devices. Who in here is going to buy a Steam Deck? Raise your hand. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It all comes back to the price. It comes back to compatibility. This is all cool. All these Steam freaks are raving over it right now. People are going to say Steam's taking over the controller or the console business. We got a ways to see. It's exciting.
We do,
Nonetheless. Let's see. What do we got in the chat here? We get a lot of twos, which is
gotta think that
Xbox.
Steam
Zero,
sells
not doing
everything.
either.
Steam only sells on their website. Steam does not advertise. I'm hoping they're going to advertise this, and I'm hoping they're going to put it in brick and mortar stores. It would make sense if they did that.
Identity 242 Xbox.
The Steam Deck was a proof of concept to see if Proton and the Steam OS works. It works. They're going to make a dedicated OS that you can delete your Windows off your PC and make your own Steam PC. They're going to do this. They are trying to attack Windows. We know Windows is not going away.
They are definitely attacking Windows.
Windows is not going away. It is too big to fail. I've dabbled in a little bit of Linux, and I've paid attention, and I'm like, that is definitely not for me, and I know what I'm doing. I'm just I don't even want to play with Linux.
Todd says 4 million Steam Decks with no store presence and no advertising. Yeah, but is that good considering the hundreds of millions of Steam owners? Is that good? 4 million Steam Decks?
We all spent $5,000 on our rigs. Why would we need companion devices?
I didn't spend $5,000 on my rig.
I spent way over that.
Yeah, mine was around 2,500. But I did complete customization, my parts, everything, a certain look. Jose, go ahead.
Tell me. Okay, go ahead.
Hang on, Chase. Here's my question for you, Beacon. And this, I'm genuinely curious because, again, like I was talking about, you are our progenitor for this. Talk to the people in the chat, really, the listeners, about the semi-custom hardware in this, because I like everything that they did with the box. I like the faceplates. I love that you can adjust the M.2 drive. I like that everything's replaceable. Like, all of that I do think is cool. But all the videos I talked about, one of the major downsides of this is that once you buy this, there really isn't upgrading the CPU or the GPU.
It's because like that's a console. That's like a console.
Like a console. But talk about where you think this is going to fall and stuff with everybody.
Right, everything's going to be soldered to the board. I do not believe you're going to be able to service your GPU. You'll probably be able to pull the cooler off and repaste it, but it's going to be soldered. The RAM is using standard SODIMM RAMs, which is laptop RAM, so that's going to be upgradable, and you get faster RAM, stuff like that. It's all DDR5. What's cool about it is they did 16 gigs of system RAM, DDR5 for the main system, and then the GPU is separate. I'm assuming this is literally like laptop parts, how the laptop parts aren't as strong as the desktop parts, and that's the whole thing. You buy a 57, but you're getting somewhere between a 5060 and a 5070, right?
Didn't Dave say it was like a 4060 mobile? I thought I heard that going
something like that. I mean, it's a 7600 with 28 compute units. Now, it's hard. I don't know everything about this, but when you compare prior generations of compute units to newer generation compute units, I don't know if it translates. Everyone says the PlayStation 5 Pro has 52 compute units. I mean, come on, guys.
God, I need that clip from Tropic Thunder. Suck my unit.
Suck my unit. Yeah, add that.
Yes. So are you going to be able to dig into this and pull this GP out and get a new one in 3 years when it releases? No, you're not. But that's not what they're going for. I think this is going to be a fine 1440p machine. They said with upscaling, it's a 4K 60, but
they specifically pointed that out. They said 4K 60 with emphasis. They're like, there ain't no way you're going to get that without it. But but boy, you have more questions than I want to close it off with more questions.
What game are you excited to play on this controller? Genuinely. I'm serious now.
So I actually have an answer for that. Can I tell you that?
Please.
So I love
What?
cozy. I really like cozy games. Like that's
Sure.
part of how Nissa and I connected. And like
Definitely.
I like cozy games. We'll talk about that when we talk about what we're playing. Dan, I'm gonna mute you if you don't stop. Okay.
I'm blowing into my DualSense out there.
So a couple of months ago, like watching all these forums, I found this game called Sea Blip that looks really interesting. It's kind of like a Stardew Valley where you're a pirate and you go to other lands and stuff. It was only like $9. I was like, easy, added on a Steam sale, bought it. I started playing it one night with Scarlett because I was like, oh, that'll be a fun one to get into after we got through Stardew Valley. And it's not controller accessible because the developers are only keyboard and mouse. Now, granted, I'm at my desk. I have a mouse and keyboard. Like I get that, but I would love to be able to play this on a TV with her. Granted, now I'm going to clarify. This is a $9 Steam game. There's no way in hell I'm paying a $600 or $750 Steam box to play this, but I do think there are use cases for the controller. And again, I'm not saying I'm going to love this. That's not what my argument is. I just think that I think it's cool when we try stuff new. I think that people think that the Steam Deck is hideous too. Fairly. I agree with you visibly. But everyone that I've talked to that has used a Steam Deck actually really likes those pads. So I think there's something to that madness. And again, I watched that Day 2D video. He talks about some of the tech that Bacon's talking about, and it is compelling, and especially if it's cheap. Now, if like it comes in at the Wolverine $250, hell no, I'm not going to buy that for $250. But at $60-$70 for a market that doesn't have something, that is very compelling compared to our $200 plus controllers. I'm just throwing that out.
Bacon or Jose,
When I
do you know?
use the
Do you know?
Steam Deck-
Do you know what has haptics, Jose?
I don't have a PlayStation
Right here.
controller, no.
Do you know what has gyro? Right here.
Does it cost $70?
No, that
You're making a big assumption that controller is going to be $70.
I said that. I
I'm just
said
saying,
that qualified.
what
I
is
wonder-
stopping you from trying a DualSense at this point, Jose?
Because I don't want to use
I wonder
DualSense.
how many, and maybe I could be way off. How many Steam Deck users are talking themselves into liking those trackpads?
I'm with Chance. I'm with
Dude,
you. I've never heard a single person
do
be like,
not
"Have you
game
played
on the
this with a
trackpad."
trackpad? Have you played this? Have you heard
but-
a
Oh
my
single
God,
person
man.
say that?"
But neither
do
of you
not
have used it
play
either. So I
on
don't
the
think that's a fair
trackpad.
argument.
So here's my
That's how I
comparison.
navigated
Listen,
my cursor
here's
on
my
the Steam
comparison.
Deck.
At work, at school, I have my office setup where I have 2 monitors, mouse, keyboard, and everything. And when I go to meetings, I have to use my laptop, and it has a trackpad about this big in one screen. And I'm like, I can't do my job as good as I'm supposed to be able to with this stupid little trackpad and tiny screen. It's the same thing.
You carry around your little. Your
Did you
mouse,
hear
don't you?
Did you hear what Bacon's bragging about? He's like, I used it to navigate Windows, and that was very helpful. Who gives a shit? Like, are you serious?
I can move the mouse with my right thumbstick.
I give a
That's
shit
fine.
because I don't want to carry a mouse and keyboard with me when I'm
would never
gaming
do
on
that.
mobile, Dan.
I would never do that.
Oh my God.
I
gotta be
look
taking crazy
forward
pills.
to Bacon's review of the
my
new
God.
Steam controller. Watch out for that. He is going to be controller simp #1. I can't wait for that review.
I'm excited for the tech.
He's going to replace his Wolverine. You
God.
heard it here first. He cannot wait for.
Dan is the Donald Trump of this podcast. He just
my
takes one
God.
thing. He just.
I mean, that was
Right.
below the belt.
Does that make Chance the Pam Bondi?
He's still a good person.
Are we talking about Trump or me?
Oh, God. Nobody is literally going to play on those freak. Oh my God.
All right, let's move on, guys. Overall, exciting for new hardware.
It is exciting.
It
for new
is
hardware.
cool.
It is.
A lot to learn, a lot to see. It's going to launch. Predictions: is it launching Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto 5? And
Oh,
are we
before.
getting Half-Life 3
Quarter
with it?
one. Grand
I think
Theft
it's
Auto
quarter
is
one,
not
yeah.
launching till November. So yeah, we'll definitely.
No, but it could launch with Grand Theft Auto 5, and they'd still sell another 20 million copies of it. Probably
yeah,
they'd be like
fair.
with a shark card.
Yeah.
Question for you guys.
Nobody
Actually, last
answered
thing.
about Half-Life 3.
The
Is that happening?
VR thing. What price is too high for you? Like if this thing's $300, is that too expensive? The
No,
VR
I think
headset.
that
it's
would be
gotta
great
be meta.
for the VR.
It's gotta be meta
Yeah,
price
it's
tag.
exactly.
Okay.
It's got to match meta because meta's great.
The last one was $1,000, and you had to put sensors on the walls and clear out space, and then it was really cool tech. But it's
And I'll
Steam's-
because I was ranting. I would love for this to entice me into VR AR. I would love for that. I'm not confident
Chance.
it will.
Chance,
I
you
know.
get sick. You get sick
Well,
from
but
that.
I
You're a
could
bubble
still
boy.
try.
Come on.
You know,
Dan, did you give the Meta Ray Ban things back? Did you send those back?
Hey, Meta, tell me about the Nerd Chat podcast. They're over there. I don't know.
Okay.
You can't hear me. No, I use them every day. Actually, I use them all the time. I love it.
I was curious.
No cap. I don't use the AI function very much. I just use it to copy little moment, like take a picture and the speakers. You guys, it's a game changer. That tech is hands down the coolest thing. Like
I thought about that as a Christmas gift because like people never will.
Does it have
Jose, get the Gen 2. Jose,
I know.
I've
The Gen 2's out.
I've got a coupon for $100 off. I might give that to you because I was like, do I want the Gen 2 because it's got way better battery life and better video recording capabilities. So
if you don't want it,
what if
it'll
they
expire. I
drop
might take
like
that for real.
the ear clips like way down so that you could have trackpads on their thing?
there are touch pads. Actually, there's capacity.
I'm saying trackpads, man.
Guys, let's move on
Keep
to
laughing,
news.
Chance. You're gonna buy one, bro. Keep laughing.
Never.
laughing, bro.
News story number 2. This is coming from our friends over at Digital Foundry. Guys, those nerds over there at Digital Foundry had an interview with super nerd / the coolest dude in tech, Mr. Mark Cerny over at Sony.
Garth Felgar.
Isn't it crazy, Jose? Like every time I look in here, I'm like, holy crap.
He looks so much like Garth. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So basically, I wanted to talk. I don't know if did you guys get a chance to look at this interview?
I read through it a little bit before the show. Yeah.
The quote I wanted to talk about here is this question from Digital Foundry. It says, "Do you think of the leap from PS5 Pro to the upcoming hardware as more of a progression or step change moment and how developers makes game?" And this was my best Mark Cerny right now. "We've shifted our focus substantially. In the past, we were largely creating custom technologies just for PlayStation platforms. But now, with Project Amethyst, we're placing substantially more of a focus on co-engineering and co-development with AMD on their roadmap hardware and libraries. That change will have a very large impact because when developers can create their technology with the understanding that it will work across multiple platforms, such as desktops, laptops, consoles, etc., there will be a much larger pickup of new features. So I believe we'll see outsized impact from technologies announced this past week."
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, huh? Pretty good.
Way
Basically,
better than your
guys.
Joker.
Oh, did somebody say the Joker, Bacon?
All right, he's muted.
All right, back to the question. Basically, guys, was PlayStation going more in PC, Bacon? That's what I wanted to get to. It sounds to me like they're developing everything. And are we getting day-and-date PC? Does this line up with PlayStation, the next PlayStation being more PC-oriented in general and development, and that means we're getting day-and-date PC games? Go ahead, Bacon.
Well, you think about it, their two main competitors, Xbox and Steam, are now playing nicely together. So why would they continue to be Neanderthals, right?
Yeah.
I think it's happening. Look at the signs. Sony, and we'll talk about this one later. Sony continues to make PC peripherals, people. They are continuing. They're not making TVs for their. Well, they're probably still making TVs. Sony, Bravia, whatever.
They are.
They're sure as hell not putting those at state of plays. Every state of play has had a new PC peripheral announced at it for the last year and a half. Every time. Speakers, this monitor we're going to talk about soon. Keyboards, mice, headsets, you name it. They are making PC peripherals. They are also now making games only for PC and mobile, not even announced for the PS5. If you continue to bury your head in the sand, you're going to get passed up, guys. They are embracing PC, and they are embracing PC in a hard way. And I would expect the GOTY announcement to be probably at the Game Awards.
What do you mean
release
GOTY
is-
announcement? Oh, for PC. Okay.
Yeah.
Is release of the GOTY before Summer Games Fest, do you think?
I'd say February.
Q1. Okay, interesting.
Give it 6 months, put it on PC.
So
At this rate, that'll be right around the time I finish Assassin's Creed Shadows.
all right,
I
sounds good.
gotta get back into that game. Damn.
So here's the cool thing with this. I mean, I think, Dan, the writing is on the wall. Absolutely, they're heading to PC territory. But I think the bigger question and why this interview is so interesting to Digital Foundry is that Mark's talking a lot about they're really getting down to like the compression elements and memory stuff because the truth is that hardware is expensive, right? And when you are limited because you have suppliers, right? For your chips, for your memory, for your silicon. Like that makes it hard to price out your thing. That's part of why we had this generation launch at a price and raise their prices, because their components are not complete, like built internally, or not, they're not owned internally by the company. This is what the smart companies are doing. And you know who the two best examples of this, you're going to hate both of them, are Steam and Apple, right? Because Apple did this like 2 years ago when they started the M1 line. They literally said, we got so tired of worrying about Intel's chips because it was too volatile of a market with the international laws, with the cost of everything, with the pandemic. They said, we're going to start making our own Apple silicon, the M chips. And they're like, not only has the power of what they've done gone up immensely in an insanely short amount of time, but also the prices haven't gone up as much as they probably should have comparatively, because they don't have to, because they control every element. And again, same thing with Steam. They were talking about that, and again, this was in that Dave 2D video. They were talking about the headset specifically. It has this really cool technology where, to save battery life and computing power, they really hyper focus. They monitor where your eyes are looking, and that is where they hyper resolution the screen. And then everything else is still rendering in real time, but it's at a much lower bit rate. And because your eyes aren't focused on it, it doesn't matter. And he was talking about in the video, he's like, I tried to like trick it. I tried to like dart my eyes around and see if I could see the rendering in real time. And he's like, I honestly couldn't. And he goes, it made for impressive battery life and performance, because he said that's the number one issue with VR right now, is that when you have so much video information coming through and you don't have powerful enough hardware, it can't hit it. And when it stutters, it takes you out of the immersion. So ultimately for Sony, I think this is just a natural progression and a good idea. And I would have personally loved them to release games sooner on PC, but I think it's clearly they're headed to that market, right? Like it's not just like you're saying that Xbox is getting out of the hardware piece to some degree. It's very clear that Sony is getting into the PC market to some degree. That's what I would say.
James, do you have anything to add to this, or do you want to move on to
I like Jose's comparison. I think it makes a ton of sense, and it hopefully that we get to continue to benefit from that as consumers. Tariffs will probably wipe all that benefit out, but
freight conductor. Speaking of prices, we have seen the prices in RAM lately. Who is just shopping for it? Who is?
I got 32 gigs. I got 32 gigs in my closet. I'm gonna sell them.
Bacon's bargains bins. You guys,
that's not a good bargain. I'm gonna scalp that.
You got one for like a third of the cost.
It's nice. Trident Z. It's got all the RGB on it.
Todd also says consoles dead, PC and Steam machines. Yeah. I don't know. I appreciate Sony's move into more PC focused gaming. And speaking of PC gaming and PlayStation coming to PC, Bacon, tell me about the next product you're going to be buying from the Sony Interactive.
You're going to throw it across the room like Dan's controllers.
What was the title for the news article?
Oh, you're right. Here we go. Hold on. I got it right here. Bacon wrote this in our notes. This is news story number 3. This is directly from this title right here from Bacon. PlayStation launches a PC monitor with stupid ass controller charger. It is a crappy display and makes no sense. Take it away, Bacon.
Which I'm going to be critical of this after the exchange we had on how terrible the other controller was. So
this is a product I absolutely would have no interest in and would never buy. There are 2 reasons for that. One, it is too small. 27 inches. Who games on 27 inches?
Pro gamers prefer that.
32 inches to my left. I got 49 inches straight in front of me.
Wow.
Not going to be for me. Also, the panel tech. Who's still making IPS and VA panels when OLEDs are so affordable now? I do not understand that.
Bacon, for real though, what are the specs of this monitor?
It's 144. No, it's 250.
Why is there a link?
Right?
And IPS, this is for pro gamers, Bacon. This isn't for us. This is for competitive gaming.
No, you can't say that because you get 250 in OLED and you get instantaneous pixel response.
That's true.
And no ghosting. OLED has all the benefits and none of the downfalls.
Price.
I agree. And yet there'll be people like Eric, Game Positive, telling us that micro LED is way better. But how much does anyone know how much a micro LED monitor costs right now?
I don't know.
He sent us a link to a TV that costs 40,000 Canadian buckaroos. So let that sink in. 40,000, yes. He's talking about technology that has not been mainstreamed yet and adopted. So OLED is king, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Bacon is right. Once you go OLED, you guys, I can't go back. I can't go back. I'll take the risk of burn-in with this incredible panel that I'm looking at right now. Go ahead.
So my TV, I believe, is 5 or 6 years old now, and the burn-in that
a lot
happens,
of gaming.
So much. The burn-in that happens goes away within seconds every time. Still to this day.
That's image retention. That's not burn-in.
Yeah.
Okay, then I've had zero burn-in.
Exactly.
No, I've been on OLED since 2019. Every monitor I've bought in the last 5 years has all been OLED. Anyways, I was like, cool, Sony's making PC peripherals again, and I'm getting ready for the lulls and the jabs at the stables until they wheeled out that little arm at the bottom of that thing and docked a controller in the bottom of that thing, and I'm just. This is literally for Sony dudes who are playing on PC. I'm convinced of it because no PC gamer in their right mind is ever going to use that feature. Let me dock my controller under my monitor. We all have USB-C cords lying around. We all have chargers lying around. What are we doing?
I love controller chargers.
Well, the charger is cool, Bacon, because the fatal flaw with the DualSense, you're getting about 2 hours of gameplay on this before this thing.
And you're right. I have like 3 USBs laying over here that are all plugged in, and it's a pain in the ass to come plug them in.
Gentle Stone said LG OLED TV is my next PC.
Yep, dude.
I'm telling you,
I recommend it.
You should have hit up Bacon's bargains bins because I had a 42
get the
inch
LG
right here.
because it supports G-Sync. So that's the best move you can make.
Yeah,
I'm playing again, gentlemen. I'm sure it's a fine monitor. Pretty much all Sony PC peripherals have been fine. They're making more PC peripherals than they're making.
I mean, the speakers, they've had monitors. You're right, Bacon. Another monitor.
They have a keyboard. They have everything, bro.
They need to get some sort of maybe something with the controller. Like, well, I guess you could just plug it in. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Stone, what kind of GPU do you have again? Put that in the chat. I'm just curious.
So,
and then Todd Extra said, Nissa says, I got a charger port. Yeah, I don't mind being plugged in, Chance, but. It, like, even when I'm playing a competitive game right here, right next to me on the monitor, I'm going wireless. I just don't like to be tethered to something.
My OCD would drive me crazy. Either having that thing foot down all the time, because I'm not going to reach under there and fold that little arm down every time I want to charge it.
It's not that hard, Bacon.
But then how is that different than reaching for a cord to plug it into?
Mine are always just right here.
Why?
Always.
He's got that fancy mega
desk.
I have readouts here that tell me what all my peripherals are at, so I know when I need to plug them in. Let's see right now.
Bacon, are we going to get the updated video on Bacon's gaming setup 2025 already?
My Razer controller is at 86%, and my mouse is currently at 94%.
It is cool because, like, I'm always just like,
yeah.
I think I plug this thing in like every other week or so.
Elgato has a plug-in for your stream decks to give you that information.
No joke, Bubble Boy. I've been playing Battlefield with this a few times. It'll just stop, and I'll be like, that means I got to switch controllers because it's just dead. Like, I have no idea. Yeah, I've been playing for a couple hours.
Anyone else have thoughts on this monitor?
Nope. Don't care for it.
Stone, you need a OLED, man.
Come on, Gentle Stone. 7900 XT and a 9800 X3D.
I cannot believe they're still producing IPS and VA panels at this point. When OLED's there,
the competitive gamers like it still, Bacon. They like the IPS. They don't. I agree. I think OLED is
burn your face.
That's why people like them. That's why people like the brightness. Can you post that in the Discord, please, Bacon, right now? And there's one more comment I wanted to read.
What am I doing in the Discord?
Freddy Conductor has dual 27-inch 1440p monitors. Why don't you just get an ultra wide, Freddy Conductor?
That's my man. Super ultra wide.
Yeah, just do that. I don't understand. Todd Oxer has 2 curved 32-inch monitors. My God.
Are they on top of each other?
Jeez, Todd, that's crazy.
Stacked, Todd? Are they stacked and one's tilted towards your head?
Guys, great news discussion. Let's get into we're gonna call this shoutouts, permabans, GGs, sponsored by Mamitas. And Bubble Boy, why don't you go ahead and take it away with the giveaway you wanted to mention?
So there was a little video that went out, and
pretty
I know
cute. My
quite
wife
a few of
loved
you watched it. Yes, it was Cora's first foray into the nerd chat stuff. So, and I wanted to give it to all the loyal fans here who are interacting with us on through the chat and watch the show live and stuff. So, if the first person to put into the chat the 2 characters who Cora is playing as,
I know this answer.
free $20.
You heard it live in the chat right now. Get on it. Look at that short. Tell us the 2 characters Cora was. Right now, we were going to give away a $20 giveaway for Threadless and get some Nerd Chat merch. Frank Conductor said Harry Potter and Jedi.
Harry Potter's a little vague.
She was not Harry Potter. And yes, she was a Jedi. I'm looking for the 2
Nope.
specific
Frey did
characters.
not win with Harry Potter and
Not
Ray.
Harry Potter.
Okay, Ray
We're
one
getting
of
closer,
them.
people. We're getting closer.
There's a female in Harry Potter.
We're getting there.
Anybody?
Nobody win.
What's her name? Hermione?
Nissa!
Hey!
All right.
who is
Nissa!
Frey did not. Who's that?
Sorry, Freight, and sorry, you had a chance. I love you. I'm sorry.
Just way too broad.
Nissa gets the win.
TV and movies. That's how Freight was answering that.
Shout out.
So $20, yeah, and there's another sale going on because there's like always a sale going on. So 20 should be able to get
It's
you
true.
some good shit. Dark Saturn, right?
Yes.
That's Nissa on Blue Sky.
Yeah, Dark Saturn. Yeah, Dark and in Discord she's Dark
Nissa,
Saturn too.
love you.
Dark
Thanks
Saturn,
for the
sorry.
support all the time. Glad this is going your way. Freight, I feel kind of bad, but she was my
No, don't feel bad.
Freight
for
needs to
Frank.
pay better attention next time.
Didn't Freight win a game back after he gave us one? So he's fine.
He did.
Bubble Boy, tell us about. Do you had a permaban or GG? I
Yes.
see something. Let's hear it.
Yes. So, the wonderful Shannon Waxman, who Jose just ran into yesterday.
I did.
Follow me, gentlemen. She has 2 sons who are both wonderful baseball players. One of them is Isaac. One of them is Ethan. Isaac is the older of the sons. Ethan is the younger of the sons. So my permaban this week is I'm permabanning terrible decision making. I love Shannon. A lot of times in education, we say you be hard on the behavior, not on the kid, right? I'm going to be hard on Shannon's behavior, not on Shannon on this one. So the 2 kids, they both play baseball again, like I said, and they have numbers. Which child's number, if you were making a necklace for these 2 children, which one would you put first, typically, would you say?
69.
Yeah, I was
If you were going to make a necklace or a
69.
t-shirt, would you put the older child number first or the younger child's number first?
False. I would do
Probably the
not.
oldest
Neither.
one first.
Okay. Oldest, exactly. So Isaac's number is 6 and Ethan's number is 9, and she almost made
She
this
didn't
really
do
cool
it?
69 necklace, and then at the last minute it was like, I just can't do it. And I was like, how dare you?
The kids would even get it. They would say it's not
Permaban
69.
Shannon for not doing a great 69 joke opportunity at all
And
times.
I'm not permabanning Shannon, I'm permabanning bad decision making. Because so she's like,
Shannon.
and then she was like, well, I guess I have to do 96 now. I was like, you didn't want to do 96. And not that Ethan, he's not number 2. It's none of that. It's not like he's worse or anything. It's just like everybody on the planet, if they had 2 kids, would have put it just in 69, Shannon. Blown opportunity.
All adult fathers would have done that. Moms.
She's like, yeah, but then when I go to the games, I'd start getting all these like weird looks, and I might get like guys handing me numbers and stuff. She's like,
That
I don't
number's
need
not
that.
as cool as
I'm
it
not-
used to be.
Bacon's right.
It used to be really cool. Now it's like, I
Do a
giggled
6
at it all
and
the time.
9. Yeah, I just
Yeah, there we go, Gentle Stone.
I get it.
There you go.
Is that a
6
Clippy that he has?
It is. It
It
could be
is
dope.
Clippy.
Nice.
Is it that Clippy from
Clippy.
what's his face? That one guy who started that. Any other quick permaban or GGs? We've got quite a few comments I want to get into.
My permaban is bad politics, and I'll leave it at that.
My GG's Treyarch campaign. We're going to talk more about that later. GG's Treyarch, keep it up. Amazing work with your campaign in Black Ops 6. Jose, anything quick?
Nope, I got nothing this week.
All right, guys, let's
I
jump.
got a GG. Hold on. A GG goes out to Steam for continuing to push forward after the utter and abject failure of their last console hardware and their last controller. And they stuck with it, and here they are. And they could change things. They could not. Who knows? But
Good GG.
Steam.
It's a good
I got.
one, Bacon.
Speaking of that, I got one more permaban. Permaban that new Steam controller. Holy shit, that thing is hideous.
Don't permaban that.
Let's move on to
Former band.
guys. Of course, if does PlayStation just copy everything Xbox does? We got 150 some views. This is way higher than our normal amount on our video last week on our episode, and we got a lot of comments because people can't stand it when you say something bad
real
about
mad about
PlayStation.
things.
They're very mad about it. By the way, Jeremy Snell.
That's a buddy of mine.
Yeah, your mics are legit. You sound great. Dang it, GTA delayed and go Bills, Bacon. And
It's
then
because he's got a podcast, and I've been trying to give him advice on how.
Gotcha.
To make it better.
Peter Rowe Music said the short answer is yes, Sony does. Sony would have the game industry like Madden if they could have it their way. So HVDiv17 said, if you think there are the same type of services between Xbox and PlayStation, you need to get educated. Laughy, laughy face.
Never said that.
Bacon replied to that. And then True Gamer 1983 said, Xbox has been copying PlayStation because PlayStation had cloud gaming in 2016. And I meant to respond to this. There's a difference between having it and execution. Xbox has done a far better job promoting cloud gaming than PlayStation ever has. And now look at it's all of a sudden PlayStation does it.
Didn't they just buy Gaikai and just say, now it's ours?
That's basically all that happened.
Right, that's all they did.
Well, I remember cloud streaming that horrible. What's that horrible game on PlayStation 3? Chance that was remade, The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian. I streamed that, and I was like, "Oh, this is terrible." But we've got another shout out. And I wanted to get this shout out to N Johnson. He was here earlier, 553, who wrote in our Discord. You can put some. Well, he didn't write it in the Nerd Chat questions for the show Discord, but we do have that. Come join the Discord. It's a good time over there. He said, this could be for the show. How many gamers are using multiple storefronts? Because if Steam is trying their box again without open access to other storefronts, are they seeing the metrics that most people will stick to one? I agree with Nick. I think people who are on Steam stick to Steam. I don't think people are using multiple storefronts. I think maybe occasionally you might. I think Xbox PC app might be getting some usage only because of Game Pass. But I'm right there with you. And Johnson, like, I think it's all Steam. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to lose anybody if it only is Steam OS. And he said, my bad, I'm not putting in the questions section. It's okay.
Myself,
Bacon, go ahead, Bacon. You've had the most experience with this, and you do download other games.
I have 150 games in my Epic account, and I've probably only paid for 30 of them.
You've paid for 30 of them?
I wanted Epic. I bought all Sony
He was
games.
supporting them.
Hear me out. I bought all Sony games on Epic and then turned around and rebought them on Steam and played them on Steam instead of playing them on Epic. I know, it's weird.
There you go.
I claim the games. It is a ghost town over there. There are no social features on Epic. It is. I want Epic to succeed. I really do. Every week I log on to Epic and I check for my free games. I claim the ones I want and I do not play them. Steam literally has a stranglehold, a monopoly, whatever you want to call it, on PC gaming. They've been there the longest. I'm pretty sure they're the longest, storefront on PCs. I don't think this is going to be an issue with the Steam box. I think people who are intrinsically set in Steam are just going to continue to play on Steam. So the thing I brought up when we started this show about it not supporting Epic on Proton and stuff like that, it's probably nothing they care about, because they're like, that market share is so small of people gaming on Epic and or GOG or Luna or wherever you're claiming your free games. It's sad. I don't know why I don't play my games over there, because it used to be about talking and communicating with people. Like when we were on Xbox, I had to be on Xbox to be in an Xbox party chat to talk with my friends. Now I could just be on Discord playing whatever game I want on Epic. But a lot of their games don't have achievements, don't have the social features you're looking for.
Achievements and trophies, they have a platinum equivalent, which I think is cool.
They don't. Not every game.
I like Frankie Dodger's comment here. Does anyone even use the social features on Steam? No. I thought it was all Discord now. Yeah, I agree. You say social features, Bacon, and I'm like, I don't.
No, I mean like the trading
and I don't like the UI.
And the marketplace and all that other stuff that comes with Steam. Steam's return policy is absolutely second to none.
Yeah,
their return policy is absolutely incredible.
Bacon, speaking of return policy, returned my copy of Battlefield 6 that I bought from Matt Valdez because he hated it so much. That was a gift that I got returned.
It's weird. That
easy peasy.
But yes, no. So there are things that Steam does, and every single game is on Steam,
Sorry.
except for Fortnite, right? Fortnite's the only game that's not on Steam. So I'll continue, and the Steam sales are great. I mean, when you compare the Steam sales to the Epic sales, they're the same sales. You just go over there and see it. It's the exact same price on each platform. They might be different weeks. So this one might be on sale this week, but I mean, they give us free games at Epic, and a lot of us still don't take advantage of it.
No, and Bacon, I do, and I think I'm at like 35 right now.
What?
And it's so funny that you brought up how much you play them. I have not played a single minute.
That's what I was going to say. Who here has actually played a game on their Epic?
And I have some good ones
on
on
us.
there.
Raise your hand. So only 2 of us, just barely. Who here has played one with
really
GOG or
good games.
Amazon? Raise your hand.
I did GOG because it did my cloud saves for my Cyberpunk and my Witcher.
Yeah.
And it all came from console over, and I was able to import those to PC. That was kind of a big deal.
And I'm not hating on it.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I just it just works.
Steam
like
works,
Todd Howard, Steam just
I can gift games, no problem. on
exactly.
Steam,
Gifting
and
is
there's just
easy.
so much.
Purchasing is easy. They're good about the wish list. Like it's
I can
these
put
little,
all those. I
these
can put all
little
my
things.
cards for sale on the
These little
marketplace and have
things, Jose.
$20 sitting there, right?
A question.
Yeah, and those things are dumb. But if people go and buy them from me, yeah.
A question. Todd put this in the chat, and I put it on the screen. I'm ride or die with my RTX 4070 until it dies, then maybe the Steam machine, but I need StreamYard and CapCut to work. Does it work now? Because it is a full Windows machine, right? I thought I saw that you can run like Blender and stuff on it, right?
On the Steam machine?
Yeah, I swear one of the videos I saw that you can use it as a full
There will be apps.
PC.
The Netflix app, I don't think they'll be like, you'll have to do web-based for most of that stuff. There won't be supported apps on the Steam machine.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it'll all be web-based.
Or you can just treat it like a PC too, Todd, and install Windows and have like dual.
Absolutely, you can do that. I
He
might
just said I don't think dual boot works. I thought they said you can do what you want.
Dual
with it.
boot worked on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, so it works on that.
I had Windows on a micro SD card and dual booted onto a micro SD card.
Cool.
I played Outer Worlds on my Ally X that I got free on
though.
Netflix. I mean, good for you guys. I think it's great that there are these multiple storefronts, but like Bacon says, I have not opened my Epic account.
Well,
I couldn't even tell you, Bacon. And not only that, like when I do claim games, I'll just claim it through the web browser. I don't even have Epic
You don't
installed.
launch the amp. Yeah.
Oh, I go every Thursday morning and see
Really?
what
You guys are
in there.
dedicated.
Absolutely. I just haven't played them, and here's what I'm like. I'm always like, this is gonna be great for the backlog. And
There's too many games.
I planned on next year my New Year's resolution to play nothing but Game Pass the entire year.
I will last till
Now I
January
might,
3rd.
and now I might actually do nothing but play my Epic games just to prove a point.
So Todd, that's a
And
great question.
you would be satisfied
Right.
and
Yeah.
have more than
They give you cash back.
Bubble
on
Boy
your
is frozen.
sales.
Chance,
Epic gives
Bacon.
you cash back.
Todd Oxtra said, "Will the next Xbox have the storefronts?" Yes, and that will be its
think it
main
will.
selling point.
I
Todd,
agree.
is that if you want the more console-like experience, but you want all the storefronts, the next Xbox will be the product for
That's what
you.
I would
And
wait for if it was me.
Yes,
I'll wait
and that's
for
what most of our audience says.
And if what they say is true about it being a high-end experience and a what did Sarah Bond say?
Next huge leap in
A boutique, like she was, touting up. So they can say all they want in their spin room, but until I see the hardware, but they are claiming that this thing is going to be, he's just completely frozen, isn't he?
He's coming back. Guys,
he's
they
not.
don't, Todd. They're going to make it by selling it to you third party through Steam, through PlayStation, through their own app. That's how they'll make money from games. They're going to be selling it everywhere. It's not just going to be confined to one system. Guys, let's get a huge nerd chat shout out to Big Box 1431. I'm so excited. I'm 40 to hear him back because Big Box, I heard you writing in to Season Gaming last week, and I was like, Big Box, you cheating on us with Ains? Okay, I noticed. You're praising Arc over there too. I know. I know you and Ains will have a circle jerk fest about Arc Raiders. I know. All right, but we'll get into Arc Raiders here in a little bit too. Okay, but remember, you're loyal to us first. Okay, Big Box.
Don't
Fuck
cheat
Ains.
on us.
Okay. Jose Ains. Okay, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Shout out to PS Trophy Room. We
Just
down
bought one
2
of our
Rocketeers
shirts,
and
though.
X-Filled 3 times while listening. That's amazing news. Speaking of Arc Raiders, Big Box 1431 wrote in. Nerd chat. Can I attempt a magic? Do you want to see a magic trick? I'm going to turn reasonable people insane in the span of less than 30 seconds, or about 30 seconds. Doom, Final Fantasy VII, Mario 64, and Halo were not only Game of the Year caliber titles, they were generational titles. They reached legendary status because each of them changed video games forever. None of them sold the most or created their respective genres, but they resonated so deeply with gamers that game designers the world over use them as foundational pieces. This is relatively reasonable, right? Now, abracadabra. It only took 2 weeks for Arc Raiders to... I've never seen this word, Jose. What is this word?
Usurp.
What the hell? I never heard of that word in my life.
Never heard of a
Feels like
usurper?
to take over, like take
Yeah,
over.
the old days
Never
of
heard of it.
kings.
On
They
somebody.
said in Game of Thrones.
Usurp. Again, learning every day. Battlefield 6's concurrent user numbers.
You know CCUs, but you don't know usurp.
Never heard of it. Every available metric places it as a bigger hit than the previous out of left field champ, Helldivers 2. An activist assassin tried to kill it with a 2 out of 5 review. Arc Raiders just kicked off Extraction like Mario kicked off platforming. Guys, my biggest worry in life is watching Jeff Keighley hand over the Game of the Year award to that lame French JRPG that only sold 5 million copies and most players didn't even finish. I'm right there with you, Big Box. We have to start stuffing nerds into lockers and say enough is enough.
Shut the up, Gary.
The area of the Chad PvP game is upon us. Question. Did my magic trick work? Or does the nerd chat agree that Game of the Year should go to the game that changed the industry the most? Preach, Big Box, preach, 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 says Joe from the trophy room. Hashtag I stand with Shroud. Big Box, this is your magnum opus. This is the greatest write-in you've ever done. And I don't know how you're going to outdo this.
You taught Dan a word.
Yes. Because Jose, he is...
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He's absolutely...
He's absolutely right.
Big Box, I can't argue with you on this one. Arc Raiders is a phenomenon I've never seen before when it comes to the extraction shooter. And I'll let you know, 3 of us on this panel have it. We bought it. And when I say bought it, Matt Valdez gifted it to us.
Gifted it.
And I got to say, I dropped once. It was cool. I haven't gone back to it. I'm not as sucked into it as these other people, other fans out there. But this is a moment. And I absolutely actually agree with you on this. I do think it's deserving of a Game of the Year nomination. I do think it's time we recognize, like Shroud said, a multiplayer game getting an award for Game of the Year besides, what was it? It was, the last one was, what game was it? No, what game won the game? It was 2015. Overwatch, which I remember was crazy at the time. But now it makes sense. OMFG Dan is based, said Joe at the trophy.
He hasn't played it yet.
It doesn't.
played it once.
I have played. I did drop. I dropped with Eric and I extracted.
All right.
Recency bias for Arc Raiders? No. Big Boss is on something, you guys. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, a fine game.
Game of
It
the
hasn't
year.
done anything revolutionary. All it did was add a parry system to the turn-based combat. That was it. It's not my game of the year, Big Box. I'm with you. If I had to vote, I'd vote for Arc Raiders, even though I haven't played much of it. This is a moment. It needs to be respected. I'm also impressed none of our competition drafted it in Fantasy Critics. Props to them for not getting it earlier. Jose, I'll go to you. What do you think of Big Box's eloquent speech that he just gave us? And does Arc Raiders deserve to be up there with the Expedition 33s, the Death Strandings, the Ghosts of Yotei?
I absolutely agree that it should be in the nomination list. I have no fault with that. I played the alpha beta test of Arc Raiders, had a great time with that. And I've dropped since it's been gifted a couple times, and I like it. I enjoy it. I actually look forward to playing with some friends. I haven't been able to do that yet. I imagine I will enjoy it quite a bit more because, like, when I got to play with Bacon and Deja, and I think we dropped with Captain Logan for a little bit too, and during that, it's fun. Like, it's a genuinely fun game. I think where I have a problem with this, and I'm not defending Clair Obscur because I agree it's the same thing. I don't know if defining a genre qualifies for Game of the Year. Here's what I mean. Like, I think it's an amazing game. Again, it should be nominated. I'm not saying it should or should not win compared to Clair Obscur. I don't get to make that choice. We don't even have a say in it. But I think they both are doing, like, Clair Obscur was also a moment just earlier this year, right? Like, and you can say what you want, Dan, because you didn't necessarily like it. But when you look about the zeitgeist of what a game that nobody knew what it was a brand new IP that everybody kind of like wrote off as that extra game that Xbox showed at that showcase. It was like there's that kind of interesting one, but it wasn't the big ones.
Not
it did gangbusters.
Me and Bacon both, I recall.
I know you did, but I'm saying
showcases. We said that's the one.
But it blew up in a way that people didn't expect. And again, we learned that story of that game was like, this game shouldn't have existed. And especially because it shouldn't have existed, it shouldn't have been as good as it was for almost not existing. So I think there's something to be said for that. But back to Big Box's question here, I think Arc Raiders is doing the same thing because he's right. It's not the first Extraction game, and there is just something about it. The other thing that I'll say, and I'll pass it on, is I was listening to the rest of Season Gaming this week. I didn't get to catch it all on Sunday, and Ains was talking about the interview with I think it was the director of the game, a former EA guy, or Battlefield guy, sorry, and he was saying that they even said it's doing better than we thought. Like, we thought it was going to be fine. We thought we'd have a good start somewhere, but it's kind of killing it in a way that they weren't anticipating. And part of what Ains argues is really smart is that because of their system where they are going to reset servers by choice for people and offer like unique cosmetics and stuff, it's a way to keep it balanced over time. I think is smart. So I like Arc Raiders. I'm happy it's doing well. I think someone asked earlier, they asked a question like, how is this going to compare to Marathon? I think that's going to be an interesting battle that Bungie's going to have to face in the coming year. I imagine in the time that they have, they're going to probably utilize some of what Arc is doing well. I still don't know if it will compete, but it'll be interesting nonetheless. So I hope, I would love for either of those to win Game of the Year. Like I truly do. And the other reason I wind up with the Game of the Year thing is like Astrobot didn't define its genre either, and it's still won Game of the Year, right? So like I don't think that's a qualifier to win the award, but I do think it's an element we have to consider.
Yeah, but what I think for Arc is that it seems to be, taking extraction shooters, and it seems to be a moment and generational title right now. But it's, what would you say about Astrobot, Jose?
It wasn't a genre-defining game either. It was a fun
and it
game.
didn't have
was
a
cool
moment.
platform.
I feel like Arc is having both of those though right now.
But so did Clair Obscur though. That's my argument.
But Claire, I feel like with Claire can win Indie Game of the Year.
You're muted, Chance.
It's a nice first attempt. And but boy, I want to hear it. But boy, what did Claire do really that made it such an amazing game? It added a parry to turn-based. Like, that's it. Like, I don't get it. I don't.
Fantastic story.
That's not it.
So let's hear your thoughts on Big Boy's writing.
I can remember I loved his writing. It was awesome. It makes me want to play Arc Raiders. I can remember being not worried, but like, oh God, what's Dan gonna say? And you liked that game. when you were first playing it,
You did
I
like
like
it
the
until-
first. I like
and
the
that
first
chapter.
chapter. I like the
He
first
bent the
chapter.
knee.
For maybe first two, and then now I will never
Yeah.
play that game again. And it was a drag, and I never want to play it again.
I may or may not ever again either. That doesn't have to be the mark of a great game. Just like the movie, I swear we've said this before.
Vanilla
Schindler's
Sky.
List, great game or great movie. Probably not ever watching Schindler's List again.
Absolutely.
Don't really want to. Maybe with my daughters at some point. I don't know.
Ooh,
It-
that's a
it-
dark movie to watch with your daughters.
Well,
but important. Historical.
Educational.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you.
it was the closest thing I can remember to the back to the Elden Ring days, where I felt like I was a 12-year-old kid again, talking with Eric and talking with Chris at school, like, well, where are you at? And where are you at? The amount of conversations that it created with this group of friends that I have, as well as other friends that I didn't even know I had at school and in my work purposes. It did so much that was outside of gaming for me that I was like, that has to be the mark of a game of the year contender for sure. And
But people are having those same conversations about Arc Raiders. Well,
I'm not.
But it's because you haven't played it. But but going back to Big Box's last question here, should Game of the Year go to the game that changed the industry the most? Is that what should
Not
be the
necessarily.
one main defining
No,
characteristic?
because how
of
many
Game of the Year?
years were there where that didn't happen and they still have to award
I
it?
agree, but then
They're
maybe
only
it's on like a
looking-
measurement of like, did this change gaming for the better, or like how did it change gaming? I see Big Box's point. You're right.
Oh, I
It
do
can't
too.
all go to that, but I'm concerned, guys. What if Arc Raiders doesn't get a nomination? Like that's what I'm a little concerned about. Like
It'll get a
it's.
nomination.
Are you sure? Because I could
Bacon,
see
it's
it
been
just
a
being
banger year though, but
exactly, and I can see them just being like multiplayer Game of the Year Arc Raiders, and
Oh, you
like,
mean
that's
like
not.
how Forza was only a racing game? of the
Yes,
year?
that's not the same as a Game of the Year
Right, 'cause they
nomination, and
can't
I think
not
that's a
put, like,
possibility.
Shadows on there, right? Shadows will be on there, even though it doesn't deserve to be. But
Dude, it's going to be. We can already determine.
Shadows does not
Ghost
deserve to
Ghost
be
of
a
Yote.
nomination.
You got to have a Sony game. Ghost of Yote will be on there.
Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2. Donkey Kong. You got to
Kong.
have the Hideo. You got to have Donkey Kong. Claire Obscure.
I bet Doom will be on there.
Nope. Claire Obscure. What's the other ones that I'm missing out?
I don't think South of Midnight will make it. I don't
No.
think.
No.
Uh,
Nothing
You think
says there
Black
has
Ops?
only be 5 nominations, right? Because don't they can do up to 7?
I think it's.
you don't
mean,
think
Arc
Black Ops will
Raiders.
be on there?
be the next one.
No,
Oh,
Game
Silk
of
Song.
the Year? Are you a Silk Song? Sorry, I forgot
Song.
Silk Song. There's 5. And what would be the last one if it's 6?
Did you?
Maybe one of
Are
these.
you including
It'd be
a
Claire Obscure.
Shadows? Are you
Probably Claire
including
Obscure.
Shadows?
I thought I said Claire Obscure.
he said of Claire
You did.
Obscure.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
then
include Shadows?
maybe Arc Raiders.
Or Shadows?
Are you serious?
I'm
what
saying
Chance said. I
just
don't know.
because of the what it is, not because it deserves it. It's
No.
Oh, it's a big Ubisoft, and it was Ninjas.
Yote, Donkey Kong, Silk Song, Expedition. Why is this so hard for
Ball Pit.
Death
Yeah, what
Stranding.
about Ball Pit?
Death Stranding.
Oh, Death
Pit.
Stranding.
Death Stranding?
Oh, Split Fiction's another good one. That's a good one too.
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
Takes
Split
Two
Fiction
got it,
because
yeah.
of what's his face. There's 6, and then Night of Cypher. You gotta have a Sony and Nintendo. Yes, you always gotta have Ghost of Yote will be there for some
Yeah,
reason.
Hades 2. is in
Hades
full
2.
release.
So
I don't know.
There's a lot of great games this year, man. And here's the question that I have to ask for Big Box is like,
Okay,
I like Arc
Eric-
Raiders.
Eric
Oh,
has
go
it.
ahead.
Eric has it. 6 game nominated last year. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Silk Song, Yote, Split Fiction, Donkey Kong. See, I say you got to get rid of
That's a
Split
good list.
Fiction. You got to put Arc. You got to put Arc on here. You have to put Arc Raiders on here.
Yeah,
Here's
because
the-
are those all single player?
I'm with you.
games?
I stand with
Other
Big
than-
Box. I think it's insane. Just like Forza Horizon 5 should have been nominated for Game of the Year. We have to take a stand, Big Box. I stand with Big Box.
Well,
Okay.
you want to hear my thoughts on Arc?
I want to hear it, Bacon. Go ahead.
I have them. I'm pretty sure I have the most time on our panel in Arc. Did the training mission, then I solo queued twice. Picked up my dog collar, which was important. Didn't put it in my stash. Got killed. Lost the dog collar. You need a dog collar for your chicken, in case any of you guys are wondering.
I know I couldn't find the dog collar in my run.
I'll show you where the dog collar is, where I found it. Anyways, Going for my second run, I run into a dude who's extracting because I learned not to make my mistake. And I'm like, so this elevator comes up and I'm standing there looking at old dude. And I'm just like, hey. He's all, hey. I'm friendly. And I extracted. I'm like, cool. Going for my third solo queue game. Go into a door and some random asshole is laying on the ground and shoots me. No talk, nothing. Like a grief fest. Like
part of the game.
All, ha, that's why I'm here. And I'm just like, what is this? So anyways, Joe gets on and Joe and I go through it and he's got to find me a lemon and a peach for my chicken. Chicken's very important, guys. So he knew where to go. Joe was kind of being my guide, my sage or whatever you call it, Joe. My Sherpa. He's Sherping me through.
Are we talking about a Monster Hunter game?
I see the appeal of the game. I really do. But you just have no idea what any jerk off in that game is doing and why they're in that game.
What does that have to do with Game of the Year?
That's no different than any multiplayer.
Yeah, that's like I see the appeal of the parry in Expedition. Why do we say that? Why do we save that for?
I'm just giving you my thought on the thoughts on
for what we've been playing, Bacon. Can we say that for what we've been playing?
It probably deserves the Game of the Year nomination.
That's what I want to focus on.
Yeah, it's got 455 concurrents.
Yeah,
it's a big game.
I don't know. Closing thoughts on Game of the Year, Bubble Boy. Oh, yeah, I have one more question for you, Bubble Boy, and this is what Todd was saying. Todd was saying it can't be nominated because it just came out 3 weeks ago. That is whack. Who cares when the game comes out? Todd,
I think he was speaking more to is the hype
who cares?
More about recency bias.
Freaking Astrobot came out a month and a half before the Game Awards. Like who cares? Like who cared 2 months before? Like I don't timing recency bias, whatever. That's no, I don't. I think it's fine to be nominated.
Oh, Tony.
Tony said Junkyard Builder Game of the Year.
Which actually does remind me. Thank you, Tony. We didn't talk about Power Wash Simulator 2 being on that list, and it absolutely ought to be.
Oh, God. All right, guys. Let's jump. It's great. Big Box, I stand with you. I think it deserves the nomination. Let's jump into what have we been playing and or watching. Let's try to be quick, guys. We're kind of running out of time here. So
I'll be very
Bacon described getting murked in freaking Arc Raiders. Bubble Boy, go ahead real quick. Go ahead.
So, because you know what I've been playing, and that hasn't changed. I, at Jose's, not his request, I don't think, but just because I felt like I owed him, I went back and watched it. And I watched the 2017 and 2019 Chapter 2. I'm not done with Chapter 2 yet. Those movies are fantastic. I really, really, really enjoyed them, almost to the point where I'm like, I kind of want to try to talk Ashley into watching them, and I am so very excited for.
There's no chance now she's going to watch them.
I know. Welcome to Derry. Can't wait to start watching that.
Me too. Okay, that's it.
All right, moving on.
I said I'd go quick.
No. Bacon, do you want to add anything else besides?
Yeah,
Arc Raiders?
I rolled credits on the game I'm currently reviewing. Shout out to Key Mailer. Candyland Journey. Nissa, this is your game. Any of you guys who have children, this is your game. I'll explain it all in my review. It took me 3.8 hours to beat this game and get 100% trophies or Steam achievements. Still playing Call of Duty and Arc, and yeah, that's all I've been playing. So,
all right, I will go quick then, guys. I mentioned it earlier. GG's to Treyarch. Keep it up to them, please, because I completed Black Ops 6 campaign. Yes, I know I just finished it the day before Black Ops 7 came out. Here's my quick review on Black Ops 6 campaign. I played it on Xbox PC Game Pass, maybe about 15 hours. It might have been more or less. I couldn't see the tracker, but surprisingly a long game. I got all campaign achievos, veteran difficulty. This campaign was awesome. Such a huge difference in quality compared to Battlefield 6. The acting, the graphics, music, level variety, level design, variety in the puzzles, the gameplay, the slow moments, the storytelling. I was blown away. I really appreciated the details in this game. You have moments at the safe house talking to your team, and the acting, the facial and body animations were top class. It feels like you're playing a Mission Impossible movie in all the best ways. What a treat. I'm so mad I missed this game. I should have played it earlier. More people need to play the Black Ops 6 campaign. Treyarch and Raven deserve more recognition for this one. I've only played Black Ops 1, and this game makes me want to go back and play all of the Black Ops campaigns. Overall, 9 out of 10. This game is up there with Call of Duty Original 4, COD 4 Modern Warfare, World War II campaign, and Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. I highly recommend Black Ops 6. Guys, as far as first-person shooter campaigns, this might be better than Titanfall. I said it. Might be better than Titanfall 2.
Oh, dang.
Maybe not gameplay. Titanfall 2 gameplay amazing, but go ahead, Bacon.
Which campaign do you think costs more to make? By hundreds of millions of dollars.
The first one?
Between Black Ops 6 and Battlefield.
Probably Black Ops.
By a long shot.
Who cares? It's a
just saying.
far superior game.
Right. No, it is. I agree. I agree with everything you said. I'm just saying that Call of Duty put much more money into their campaign than Battlefield did. And that's a knock on Battlefield. That's a knock on Battlefield.
And if Battlefield wants to compete like they say they are every year, again, Ains and a lot of other people love to shit on Call of Duty. But I have not seen a game deliver what Call of Duty does on a yearly basis, and it needs to be respected. Everybody, I'm serious. If you don't even like shooters, go play Black Ops 6 campaign. Blew me away. Jose, what about you?
It's actually been a mostly light week for gaming, just very busy with some stuff at work. But I did get to jump into RedSec a little bit last weekend with the friends. I like RedSec. I don't know if I love it as much as Warzone, full disclosure. I think Dan's right on that. But I have a good time, again, because I'm playing with friends, laughing, funny moments, that kind of stuff. And I think there's something to it. There are elements that I like better than Warzone, but overall, I think I like Warzone better. But the bigger thing was I did finish the game that I was reviewing called Urban Jungle. Again, shout out to Keymailer. It's a cozy game where you're basically, there's a good story. I really liked the story where you're basically placing plants in a room. And it's kind of like a very Zen game for me. Like there is a structure that you have to follow. It's not like do whatever you want, but ultimately enjoyed it. Just under 4 hours to complete. I did not get the full trophy thing because I don't care or ever do that. But again, I did drop the review on YouTube. Say it again, Chance.
It's cool because neither does Dan.
Fair enough. So if you want to see it, check it out on YouTube. If you don't mind throwing a thumbs up on it, if you watch, I do appreciate that. And if you have genuine feedback on how to make things better, we're all kind of in this phase of trying to figure out that space right now as we get into it, which is exciting, but also time consuming. So we appreciate that feedback and criticism. Nicely though, please. And then the other thing, I am watching it too, like Chance and I were talking about, excited to jump into Welcome to Derry. And I took my boy Bacon last Saturday and we went to go see Predator Badlands.
Oh, yeah.
And it was dope. That's all I'm going to say. I will say, two quick things. It had more humor than I was anticipating. And I was kind of on the fence a little bit at first, but I actually really like what they did with the humor piece of it. But the story was freaking fire. And they definitely left it open for a sequel to this, like a direct sequel, which is super cool. So if you like the Predator movies, if you like the Alien universe, go check out Predator Badlands.
The story through the eyes of the Predator was definitely a different take on the Predator for sure.
And getting to see like some of the animals that lead to the skulls that you see like in Predator 2 and stuff like that in the ship. Very, very
better
cool
than
stuff.
Prey?
Man. No. I still think I would edge out Prey because Prey was such a cool story because of the setting. But it's pretty close. Like I really, really had a great time. And we went to see it at Alamo, so we got dinner too, which was freaking fantastic, dude. But that's what I left to this week.
Answer Diego's question, please.
Who rode on whose back on the way out of the theater? I chopped off Bacon's legs and I was like, get on up here, buddy.
Oh, and Running Man, that looks good too.
That does look good too.
I don't know. I hate these remakes. I
was going to say, because God forbid we make a new movie, but
Arnold's version is so damn good.
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about the Broncos. What did we say about Kansas City, Bacon? Jose, go
fuck Kansas City
yourself, Kansas City. Get out of here. Go watch Brandon Perner, everyone, on YouTube. But that's good sports. Knights of Cypher said, at Daddy Do I cannot lie. I really liked Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ducks
and I'm not.
I haven't played it. I bought it. I still have to play it. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Not like it.
It's Ubisoft.
It is.
It's Ubisoft.
It's gorgeous. I just played every other one. It's the best looking game I've ever played, I think. Having just played Valhalla followed by Mirage, I wanted more Mirage, less Valhalla, and unfortunately this is more Valhalla
than
Mirage. So and I knew that going into it, right? Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, they lied to me. But I'm at that point now where I'm ready for it to end, and I shouldn't feel that way. It feels like work.
Never good. See,
It's Assassin. It's
Ains,
Ubisoft, it's Assassin's Creed.
shout out to Ains. I missed you guys. I almost missed you guys. Good evening. Ains, you just missed my amazing review for Black Ops 6 campaign. 9 out of 10. Better than Titanfall 2. See, Chance, I wanted more Black Ops 6 campaign. Unlike wanting it to end, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ark or COD? Jose is drunk. Shout out to Ains again. Final Fantasy 7 for T-Boned? What was that question to, Bubble Boy?
It's like an old school. You got to go back with bad graphics. Oh, but he was saying first-person shooter. Sorry, I missed the FPS part. Yeah, sorry, Tony.
Sorry. Tony's question was, do you guys ever have that itch to go back? Sorry, to have to go back and scratch that old bad graphics first-person shooters? No. And if I was going to play an old one, I'd go back and play Halo because it's aged quite well, minus it's a little slow.
Actually, yeah, movement. That's exactly what it would be. Halo.
Eric said, Dan, you should replay Black Ops 6 campaign on PS5. Think of the haptics. He's right. Can you imagine the haptics with this dual? Get it out of here!
Or imagine how cool it will be on that Steam controller when you can be using.
We can use a touchpad, Bubba Boy.
Well, I'll have to play vicariously through you because my thumbs won't be able to reach.
You guys are a bunch of haters, bud.
Oh, God, what a dumbass controller. Gentlemen, let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. I'll go first because I actually.
And everyone's
The
invited.
timing.
Why is it so
timing?
It's so muted too, Bubble Boy. I wrote this in the chat. I finally made it to my annual trip to In-N-Out Burgers here in Colorado. And I say annual, I really mean that. I barely make it there once a year because it's always jam-packed. Okay? Always. No matter when you go, it's awful. And of course, I made a short of this. I hadn't been in over a year. I was order 6-7. And of course, I recorded it. Muted response. I was a little shocked. There were some kids in there, but the server, the kid giving me the food, he laughed at me and he was giggling when I went up doing the movement. And so I shout out to him. Dan's going to tell his 6-7 story now. Exactly. Exactly, Diego. But back to the food. Got to say, double, animal style, onions, pretty good. Is it worth the 20 minutes I waited to get said order?
That's shocking you had to wait that long. The one in Parker, you can just walk right up, drive through.
Oh, I walked right up to order and proceeded to wait 20 minutes.
In Belmar?
Yes.
Because they make it fresh, Dan.
Keep in mind, it was 6 o'clock, 6:08 to 6:20. So kind of prime time eating right there. $22 for 4 burgers. We got 2 doubles and 2 protein style. Much cheaper than bacon. Bacon would have spent $60 at Freddy's. I mean, but which burger am I going to pick over this?
Freddy's.
I'll take a Freddy's for damn right. And
Every
even, I'm going to say it.
QPC.
I'll take a QPC. I'm sorry. They are good. So, I mean, In-N-Out's good. I enjoyed my time. Probably the best food I had this week, but it's just not worth the wait, you guys. Unless we're Arizona, I'll go back. The guy at the register was laughing at the unk doing the 6-7 hands move. You got
That's
that.
what he was.
Bubble Boy was the best. What's the best food you
Yeah.
had?
Ashley and I went to the Melting Pot, courtesy of Tony and Maggie, because we did a little date swap. That's why Tony got to go to Casa Bonita. We watched his kids, and they watched our kids. We went to the Melting Pot. I know Daniel doesn't like it. It was delicious, as always. What's new and different, and I was texting Jose, they have a $7 drink on the menu. Every other drink starts at like 12. Most of them are 14, 15, 16. $7 drink that is the bartender surprise. And so I got a Henry Weinhardt's root beer, which is one of the best root beers you can get, and this drink for cheaper than any other drink on the menu. And it was absolutely fantastic. I have no idea what it was. They literally were like,
ask?
Oh, I asked like 7 times. The lady that brought it was like, I don't know, I'm just I just a server. I just brought it out. And then our actual server, Colin, huge shout out to Colin, because that dude taught me things I didn't even know were possible at the melting pot. He's like, yeah, she won't tell me. I went back and asked, and the bartender won't tell me. And I'm like, that makes no sense. It was literally, it tasted exactly like a gummy bear, and it was layered. So you could see like there was this like pink layer and then this yellow layer. I was like, it looks like a Chiefs drink too. This is fantastic. Oh, God. Here we go. Foreshadowing.
Tony Smith said the nerd chat. It was called the Richard Smoker drink.
I believe that was a joke about things I put in my mouth. Damn it.
Also, Tony said, to be fair, In-N-Out is way cheaper than all other spots like Smash Burger. Yeah, that's the one thing they have going, is it is quality for a good price. Deja Vu said, I tried the steak nuggets at Arby's. I was pleasantly surprised. It tasted like some... Didn't he write this like last week? I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. For real. Yeah, didn't he write this last week? Oh, what the fuck? This is crazy. I just had a Matrix moment right now. Did he just cut and paste that? This is scaring me. Night of Cypher said, I'm revolting over food prices encroaching on other budgets. My best food this week has been Colby Jack cheese microwaved on plain bread. It's fantastic. Heck yeah. That's like delicious. That's like a tortilla with butter. Am I right, Diego?
It's like a white guy quesadilla. Sign me up.
Night of Cypher said, at the same time, my Steam library total value has reached $108,000 US today. I'd rather hoard games than overpay for food right now. Who was talking about the nuggets?
I was last week.
It was bacon.
Oh. I got the double beef and ched last week.
Okay, and that's right.
I wanted
looked it
the
up
nuggets,
and described what they were.
I get nervous with you.
Nissa shepherd's pie from Shaw's grocery store in the deli section. And Eric said November 12th was National Chicken Nugget Day. I can't believe you guys didn't celebrate. Permaban!
That was the Canada National Day.
Yeah, we don't celebrate Canadian holidays. And Diego said tortillas with butter are bomb. You got that in fuego. Am I right, Diego?
A little cinnamon on it too.
Caramba.
So mine is not crazy, except that on Monday and Tuesday we had an event at my school. We were hosting a giant dance and cheerleading competition over 2 nights. I didn't get home until like 10 p.m. both nights. But the cool part was that because I had to be the announcer. I committed to this like 8 months ago before I got this job. They came to me with like 10 minutes left in the competition, and they were like, hey, we have a ton of Costco pizzas left. Can you tell people they're only $5 for a whole pizza? And I got on the mic, and I was so excited sharing like, hey, $5 Costco pizza. I thought a stampede was going to like happen over there. Nobody went. So afterwards, after all the cleaning was up, I walked over to concession. I was like, hey, you still got them $5 pizzas? I got a whole Costco pizza. Half of it's still in that fridge for $5. Can't beat that. Incredible.
Wait, it's already incredible. The entire thing away for $5?
The whole pizza for $5.
I'd have bought it.
I would not have made that announcement. I'd be like, oh, guys, we're out of pizza.
They're normally $10. It's only half off.
Which is already incredible value for the size. So half is great. And then the other thing, like I told you, we're dealing with a little bit of a crisis at school today. And shout out to one of our feeder schools and my fellow principal, Emily, over there. She sent over literally like 40 crumble cookies today. So that was nice in the middle of all that to just have a Ben Affleck moment where you just eat a cookie and take a deep breath. So that was nice. So that was the best food I had this week, man.
Bacon, last but not least, best food.
Yeah, I had to take the wife's car over to get some snow tires on it the other night, and I had some Taco Bell. And I go into Taco Bell, and I'm always like, I want to be adventurous, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna get that, and I end up ordering the same thing every time. My standard order: soft taco, cheesy gordita crunch, and a steak quesadilla. That's my standard order.
That's pretty solid.
That's $21 right there, guys.
And I'm looking at the menu, and I'm like, these new nachos look pretty good.
The nacho fries are good too, for the record.
Right. And so, I like Taco Bell. It's great. It's crazy expensive. It's great. It's a good once a month food. Anyways, the one thing I want to shout out at Costco, you know how I told you guys about those Motor City pizzas that are baked pizzas?
Oh yeah.
They also have a cheesy bread there now at Costco.
Ooh.
And it's
I saw it. Is it good?
It's the size of the pizza. Same size. It's just cheese. I had one tonight for the show. It's pretty damn good. Wife likes to use the marinara. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to dip my cheesy bread in ranch. And it's almost like eating a pizza, but it's just cheesy bread. So shout out to those fellows over at Motor City. I'm sure Todd Oxler's got a contact over there and knows all about those Costco deals.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 237. The Steam machine is attacking consoles. It's over. Xbox dead, Jose. My name is Daddy D Wally. You can follow me at Daddy D Wally across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast. Make sure you check out our shorts. Make sure you get on our YouTube. Guys, we only need 14 more subs to get to 500.
Let's get there.
I want to eat HABCs. Come on, we're almost there. We have about a month until my birthday. That's the goal.
That's one subscriber every 2 days. That's what we need.
Please subscribe. Please share. Shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome as always. I love talking to the chat and the show. It makes it so much fun. Chipotle Bear, where can people find you?
You can find me Chipotle Bear everywhere. This week you can see me probably dropping into some Arc Raiders, and then also full disclosure, probably dropping into COD as well. Not favoring one or the over the other, Ains, don't worry. But then also hopefully watching into Welcome to Dairy very soon. But other than that, huge shout out to everybody for listening and for everybody supporting on the YouTube channel. Really appreciate you all. Go listen to the other shows too. Some great content out there on Xbox Expansion Pass, Trophy Room, Season Gaming, Waiver Wire Wizards, Save the Game Media, all kinds of great stuff out there, man. Go support everybody.
And X Baking Gaming, what about you?
I could find me here in front of my editing machine, spending hours and hours and hours editing. That's it.
Took me 3.
And Bubble Boy and 7. Oh, wait. Bubble Boy, breaking news. Todd Oxter, the Make a Rib is back. You picking one up?
I don't like the McRib, dude.
I don't like him either.
So
I get him
fake.
every time. I'm like, what am I doing?
So fake.
You
Nothing's
can
real
find
about
me
the McRib.
this weekend at the Gaylord of the Rockies for my first ever World Cheer Company.
Oh, my
Corporation,
God.
whatever, I don't know. Rocky Mountain Nationals. Cora's got her first ever big
Wow.
national bid thing. Yeah, absolutely, Jose. Absolutely. I'll be just 84 hours of Xbox ROG Ally, I'm sure of it. So.
All right. As always, Steam lovers, see you on. Oh, wait. As always, Steam controller lovers, see you online.
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 Okay, first of all, I needed someone
Wait,
to
shut your
work
mouth.
this.
Shut your mouth.
I think we've had enough.
Shut for
here.
1 second.
There's only one-
Shut your mouth.
I needed someone
Wait,
to
shut your
work
mouth.
this.
Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry. What did
You're
you
just
say?
coming off stupid.
I'm coming off as stupid. You're wearing tuxedos to a job that requires you to clean bathrooms. Please leave this office. We're done with this interview.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast, is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D Wally across all social media. The assistant to the co-host is Jose Martinez, and you can follow him at Chipotle_Bear. The assistant to the co-host is Chance Siegel, and you can follow him at BubbleBoyN7. The intern to the assistant to the co-hosts is Jason Jarrett, and you can follow him at XBaconGaming. You can also follow the show at the Nerd Chat across all social media. And as always, see you online.